All right, good morning, traders. Today is October 30th, 2023. My SPY pivot this morning, 414.11. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All four indices in the FNGU remain in daily downtrends with lower highs and lower lows on their daily charts. The bears are still in control of the price action. US dollar index is consolidating over the 105.50 level. UNG has produced a second higher low on the daily chart. I'm looking for a retest of the 790 area. USO continues to consolidate over 74. Silver and gold have been abnormally bullish these last 2 weeks. Silver returned to 2050 and is consolidating there. I'm still waiting for a pullback in gold. I may never get one. I'm fine with that. If I don't get it, I'm just not going to chase it. SPY upside target for today, 117.40. Downside target, 108.52 and 107.45. Let's go look at some charts. All right, so here we are with the SPY on the daily chart. We have a downtrend that started back here. And you can see we have an anchored VWAP that lines up in the same spot. We're going to investigate that in a minute. All right, so here we have a SPY daily chart, lower highs and lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low. So SPY candle that would be Friday's candle. So Friday's candle came down and spiked this anchored VWAP that actually starts, if you follow it all the way back, that's the October 2022 low right there. We just tagged that October 22 low. That's the anchored VWAP for that one right there. So it looks like we're going to get maybe, looks like a 2-day bounce probably. Maybe a 1-day or a 2-day bounce. We'll see what happens. So my SPY target for today is the anchored VWAP from right through here. So we'll go in and we'll look at the 30-minute. And you can see where I anchored that VWAP is anchored right here at this low on the 23rd. Okay, so you can see it comes down, and you can see the price action coincides with this downtrend that starts right through there. So I'm picturing price to either get there today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. They're about halfway there already this morning, so we'll see. So up over 414.11, I'm going to be a bull. We'll see how far. They may want to double bottom this before testing that anchored VWAP. So we'll see what happens. So again, up over 414.11, I'm going to be a bull. Below, I'm still a bear. So we'll see what they want to do today. We are in the middle of a 2 to 3 day MMRP. Here's the igniting move, the pullback to test resistance, overhead resistance there. And then we've had 3 days to the downside. So we're still looking for, three more days with a move to the downside. Now they can have a green day in here and then look for the following day to make a lower low. That's what we're looking for. So they may get up here and then bounce south rapidly. So we'll see what happens. So I plan on selling this pullback as soon as I see that 10-minute downtrend, or if they end the day up into probably resistance. 420.72 would be a good place to catch a reversal if they're going to put one in. And of course 417.74, or actually 418 would be another good place to catch a reversal. So we'll see what happens. So that's SPY. And SPY is in a downtrend. Let's go look at QQQ now. Oh, the downside and upside targets. Okay, so let me see. I'm on page 6 here, so let me see if I can find those for you so you can see where they are. All right, so we have a downside target here, 408.52, and I believe that's the measured move from the top here down to the consolidation, and then from down there all the way down. So we'll see. That is 408.52. It's hard to see. That print's really small. And then we have another target at 407.45. So there's my two targets right there. That's how I got those downside targets. And that is actually price action bottom, 407.45. So we'll see what happens. No, actually the 406.26, that is the measured move target. So we'll see what happens there. But we've got one target at 407.45, and the other target is, I just had it, 408.52. All right, those are our downside targets. Upside target, 417.40. All right, let's go look at the SPY. No, it's QQQ. QQQ. I'm going to get it. I'll get there. All right, so here's QQQ putting in the inside day, kind of signaling could get a little bounce here. We'll see what happens. You can see them spiking the neckline here. Maybe they want to come back and test it. Maybe they want to climb back on top. We'll see what happens. There's QQQ in a downtrend, lower high, lower low. QQQ putting in the inside day yesterday and gapping up in the pre-market. So looks like the bulls are going to run the day for today, and I think the bears are a little bit tired. They're probably going to go to the bar and have a drink, wake up and continue their mission they started earlier this week. So it's a Monday for the bears. They're going to sleep in. And it looks like the bulls are going to run this morning. So we'll see what happens. QQQ inside day. All right. Lower high, lower low on the daily chart. Everything's in a downtrend still. Nothing's changed. Got to break this downtrend line in order for the bulls to to get some action in. Either that or recover the 50-yard line, which is up over here, 360.85. So a lot of work to do for the bears. Excuse me, for the bulls. All right. Right now the bears have the ball. There's QQQ. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM putting in lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Friday's candle, lower high, lower low. We're in a downtrend on the Russell 2000. Everything is rolling down. Where you have broken major support on the Russell 2000, right there. That's our major support line right there. Okay, so things falling apart here. All right, a little bit more major support right here. So they're probably going to consolidate through here this week. We'll see what they want to do. That's IWM. Things not looking good. Now let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow on the daily chart. Lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows. Diamond Dow falling apart. There's the consolidation of this bull flag. You can see we're well below it. All right, we spiked it right there. All right, so nothing looking good there. Major support breaking on Diamond Dow. Friday's candle, lower high, lower low, price action, everything. The 3, the 8, the price, everything below trend indicator. We're in a downtrend. All right, so bulls got a lot of work to do. First work would be have to break the midpoint, which is up over 333.31. So a lot of work to do for the bulls. They are definitely not in charge right now, and they do not have the football. All right. So Diamond Dow, downtrend. FNGU. On the daily chart, you can see it. It's a downtrend. Yep, no different than the others. Okay, so lower highs, lower lows. Although we got some inside day yesterday, and looks like they're gapping up just a little bit, so that's a good sign there. So it looks like FNGU wants to bounce back up and test this support area. So we'll see if FNGU can hold the support, or it's going to H pattern roll over down to this 104 level. So there's FNGU. A lot of work for the bulls to do there. They got to get up over this green candle right there, 156.50. A lot of work for the bulls to do. They got to get there first, and then they got to break this high, and then come up on top and break this downtrend. So a lot of work for the FNGU, for the bulls. All right, let's take a look at UNG. All right, so here's UNG. We got a higher low here, higher high. Got another higher low here. It's a second higher low. We're looking for the bulls to get up here and challenge this 790 area right up there. All right, so we got higher low, second higher low. Let's see if they can hold this higher low and not give it up. So there's Nat Gas. Looking for Nat Gas to come up here and retest the 790 area. See what happens. It's kind of one heck of a pullback today. Looks like it represents a possible buying opportunity here. We'll see what happens. Maybe here, maybe right on the trend line again. We'll see what happens with UNG. That's not looking good, gapping down there early this morning, but we'll see what happens when it opens up. The bulls could buy it right back up here. We'll see what happens. All right, so UNG in a daily uptrend with higher lows and higher highs so far. And we've got another higher low, so we're looking for the higher highs. A lot of work for that next higher high, though. Let me just say that. USO, that's crude oil, all right, continues to consolidate over 74 right there. Higher lows and higher highs. Looking for continued consolidation. Like to see this work consolidate for a couple months now. That would put in a nice base, a nice foundation for them to blast off in the near future. We'll see. That's USO. All right, so let's take a look at silver and gold. Here's silver. Silver's consolidating right now over the 2050 level. You can see that right there. Pulled up over 2050, now pulled back, tested 2050. Now they're just consolidating over 2050. This is the channel right there. Still in a downtrend. Got lower highs and lower lows. Hopefully this is a higher low right here. And they make another higher high. We'll see what happens. GLD. Not GLD. Here's GLD. All right, GLD's been a rocket ship for the last 2 weeks. You can see it breaking the downtrend here. Still like to see it come back and test this 180.79 level, or even the backside of this downtrend. This is flying way too high for me. I'm not going to chase it, but as soon as I get a decent pullback, I would be very interested in buying it. So there's GLD rocketing through this downtrend. That looks like a lot of pent-up energy right there. Pulled back the slingshot and just let it go. So there's GLD in an uptrend, but really they still need to set the higher low first. As soon as they set that higher low, I think they'll have that uptrend going on. They were in a downtrend, you can see, with the lower highs and the lower lows right there. So there's GLD. Now let's take a look at IYT. These are our transports. Very ugly. You can see this thing rolling over. Downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Friday's candle, lower high, lower low. Everything getting extended here, far away from trend indicator. You can see price, the 3, the 8, way far away from trend indicator here. So And testing right here. It's our major support. See all these tails down here? We're breaking through the major support level. Not a good sign for the markets. And that's the transports. Here's the consolidation. Here's another consolidation area, and they broke through that. So there's the transports, not looking good. SMH. There are semiconductors. There's the bull flag breaking through the bottom of the bull flag here. As you can see, had a couple of failed breakouts here. Right here, right here. Got ourselves a double top. Then we get some lower lows. And then, some lower highs. Now we're putting in lower lows. Another lower high and a lower low. And we got an inside day also. So who put in inside days for Friday? Well, that would be QQQ, SMH, and FNGU. Okay, just remember that. Is QQQ, FNGU, and SMH. All right, so who's going to look good this morning if they decide to let the bulls run? It's going to be semiconductors, big cap stocks in the FNGU, and products of the NASDAQ. Okay, think about that this morning when the bulls start to run, if they start running this morning. Okay, you'll be looking for those 10-minute uptrends over VWAP. SMH right there. All right, we got one left here, XLF. All right, we can see lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. XLF could get a bounce today. Everything's kind of like on the edge of, falling off a cliff. Here we are with the uptrend. This will be the third touch of the XLF. So I expect a bounce. Every time I get something with a third touch, I look for the bounce. I look for the 10-minute uptrend. There'll probably be a 10-minute uptrend in the financials, possibly today. If it's not today, it might be tomorrow. All right, so here's XLF on the third touch of an October low right here. Here's the October 2022 low right there, XLF. Third touch of this uptrend. And I hope the financials kind of rescue the bulls today. We'll see what happens, but that's what we're looking for. Again, you're looking for those 10-minute uptrends. So XLF, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Yesterday's candle, big red candle, diving deep into the uptrend line right there. Now, let's see what I can find over here. And what do I got? Okay, I want US dollar index. Come on. There we go. All right. So here's US dollar index. There's the rally from July. And they continue to consolidate right here. You can see right over 105.50. All right, so it continues to consolidate. This being bullish is not good for the markets, especially U.S. markets. Makes our goods and services more expensive. And when they're more expensive, we're less competitive on the global economy. When we're less competitive, we don't have big returns like big revenues. That's what we'll be looking for. Big revenues, big earnings, and big profits. This is going to cut back on those revenues and profits right there, US dollar. Not to mention, coupled with the inflation, we could see a harsh pullback in the economy, within the next 6 months. We'll see what happens, or within the next 12 to 18 months. So we'll see what happens here. All right. Economic calendar. We'll see what I got here. What do I have? Wrong one. Let's start this one. Economic calendar. All right, so here we are with the 30th. Nobody speaking, nobody in focus. All right, tomorrow, unemployment cost index. A lot of stuff on employment this week. You got unemployment cost index, ADP employment report, jobless claims on Thursday, and the employment situation. They're going to talk about employment this whole week. All right. Case-Shiller home price index comes out at 9. Equipment cost index 8:30. We got the FHFA house price index. It's not even kind of starred, so I guess it's not really a big flyer here. Chicago PMI 945. Consumer confidence at 10. So look for a possible reversal at 10 or 10:30 with consumer confidence coming out at 10 on Tuesday. So we may see the market rally up until 10 or 10:30 on Tuesday and then roll over. We'll see what happens. Again, on Wednesday, ADP employment and FOMC announcements. So this week's headliner is going to be the FOMC announcement at 2 p.m. in addition to the presser at 2:30. That and the employment situation. All right? So that's what's on the agenda this week. The big headliner is the FOMC announcement at 2 p.m. All right, let's go look at some earnings. Earnings calendar for today. We got HSBC, only $750 billion right there. They report this morning. McDonald's, Mickey D's, they're going to report $186 billion. All right, and that's it for this morning for the big cap market movers. All right, for Tuesday, what do we got for Tuesday? And we're struggling. Here we go. A little slow here this morning. It's not good. Not good. All right, so they're going to be difficult for us this morning. Maybe, JW. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Trying to get this to produce. If not, we'll review it at 4 o'clock today. All right, when I do the market wrap-up. All right, looks like tomorrow's earnings are going to be difficult. We'll review that today at 4 p.m. All right, so I'm going to take questions in the room, and I'm going to invite everybody out there in YouTube land to subscribe to my YouTube page and to consider getting a trial here at BYOB. All right, so right now, it's the end of the recording. I'll talk to you all out there in YouTube land at 4 p.m. Everybody have a profitable day.